What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Matt Ramage Show, presented by Quick Trip. I have a really awesome guest today. I'm pretty excited. This is someone who I wanted to talk to during the season. Love the story. I saw him do another podcast. I got Dominique Dafney. Let's bring him in here. What is up, man?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How's the off season treating you?
To be honest, it's boring.
Yeah.
It's boring. Obviously, you get used to the waking up, working out, seeing all the guys, and now I'm just in Iowa, bored.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, like I know that you have I think a pretty fascinating story because I love it, whether it's an athlete or whether it's anybody just fighting for your goals and like what you've been able to accomplish. I was watching like highlight videos on YouTube last night trying to like research and see what you did, and I saw that you had your last college game was like a pretty big game, and I watched that interview that you had, and I could see that like, obviously like meant a lot to you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, up to that point, it was probably the most college football was probably the rockiest experience I've ever had. Just the more ups and downs than anybody needs in that short amount of time. So when that finally was like the height and that was the peak and that was like the end, it just all the obviously, as you could see in the interview, all the emotions just came, and just the 5 years of straight work and dedication just came up. And yeah, it was definitely a great way to go out.
Yeah, so you had like I was looking at you had with Indiana State 7 total touchdowns, 6 rushing, 1 catch, 439 yards. Like that is like very versatile because obviously you're playing tight end now. So like, is there a position that you can't play? Because I was watching videos of people talking about you. I think in your college days, uh, talking about like just how versatile you are. Is there a position that you think I couldn't do that, or you just think I could do anything?
Um, I don't know if I could kick.
Yeah. I couldn't. There's not a position I could play. So, yeah, but so yeah, you did a lot of special teams. I saw in college, and then obviously running. So like in high school, I always wondered this about players. Like, when did you know, like I can make it to the NFL? I got what it takes because it's very hard. I mean, it's almost impossible. But so like, when did that come to you? Like, was it college where you're like, I think I got a shot?
Um, Obviously in high school, that's the dream, you know,
Yeah.
for everybody that plays football. You want to play at the highest level. And then as I accomplished and was successful in high school, it was okay. I could play this at the D1 level, and obviously that went the way it went. But then obviously I got back to playing and got back to the love of the game when I went to Indiana State, and then when I was in that atmosphere, I was like, okay, this is definitely something I could keep doing. Like so, as time went on, as you knock down like one, milestone after the next, like you're like, okay, like I know what it takes, and I know I have what it takes to just keep going and just keep fighting and hopefully get that opportunity to play at the highest level possible.
Yeah, so like with this season, like how like obviously with COVID, it was very hard for like guys to come in to teams. So like how did that happen? And like I know that you were with the Colts, and then I saw that because I watched the interview that you were actually bartending while working out. Like what how did that take place?
Um, well, yeah, like you said, like we didn't hear anything back until like August, because through obviously March through August, it was just kind of, everything was crazy. It was 2020, so it was crazy. And
Yeah.
didn't hear much after the draft until August because they didn't even know if they were going to be able to have like in person workouts. So then finally, like I got a call from the Colts to come and like have a workout in August. Was doing that and was like just had that mentality of not to come back home, and obviously did really well there and got to make it there. And then I came, or I guess before that, I just got so bored with, just waking up at 9, going to work out and coming home, eating, and then going to lift, and then doing nothing from 4 or 5 till I go to sleep. So I was like, I might as well find something to fill those hours as well as put a little money in my pocket and, work with some of my friends because that's how I got into it. One of my old college roommates was working there when I went out.
Yeah, I think that's like yeah, like I guess because like for players, I think I've heard a lot of players say it like it's just like the grind, like all you do is you work out. It's all work, and it's like they're not going out and doing stuff, like they're dialed in, and this is what I want to do, and that's awesome. So when you came to Green Bay, this is one thing I was really wondering, like, and now you're like Aaron Rodgers, like meet Aaron Rodgers, and even like Mercedes Lewis, and like a lot of these guys who are huge in the locker. Like, what's that like? Because like I think about like when I start a new job, I had my job for a long time, but like going like there's new people, it's different, but it's the same. So it's like because people I work with that I meet are just regular people, but you're like this is Aaron Rodgers. So what's that like walking into a locker room with so many like guys that I'm sure you watched on TV and you just like it's like wow.
I mean, definitely when I first got there, I was like waiting for that moment to happen because obviously I'd never seen him in person before. So it's just like waiting to actually see him. So I'm just like, and then obviously I see him. I'm just like, okay, that's really him. That's kind of weird. And then we're in the meetings chilling and obviously hearing some of their advice is like they're coaching up on like certain plays and stuff. It's just all just like, man, this is real. And it kind of comes, it definitely came into effect where it was like just asking questions, like not being afraid to. I know it's Aaron Rodgers, but I kind of have to, ask him a
Oh
question,
yeah.
like just about like the offense and about like NFL. So not being afraid to, talk to Mercedes or Corey or any of the older guys and just be able to, build up the courage to just see them as teammates and be able to just talk to them and, become a better player because obviously they're in the league for a while for a reason. So definitely getting all that wisdom I could was definitely, it was hard at first, but I definitely, as I was there more and more, it became easier.
Yeah, I remember AJ Dillon. He does the TikToks. And he made jokes about Aaron Rodgers and all that. But I get it because like you're like wow, that's that guy. But you're also like I'm this guy, and I gotta I gotta work. So the asking questions to get better. So who is that guy? Like among the tight ends, like Bobby Tunyon is like one of my favorite people. Like I've been following him since I think before he's a Packer. Got his jersey this year. He's the man. So like out of that group, I think it's a great tight end group. Were they like big on just like helping you and guiding you and helping you get better?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was with all of them, Sadie's, Rob, Jo, DeGuara, Jace, John, everybody. Like it was definitely like an open floor. Like if you had a question about anything, like you could ask, even if it had nothing to do with football. Like we could be in the middle of just in the middle of film and someone would just ask a random question, which would probably divert us away from what we're supposed to be doing for a couple of minutes. But I mean, it was that vibe where you felt like these were your guys and like they were there to like be there for you outside as well as like on the field. So it was a comfortable room to just be yourself as well as just ask any question, like anything possible.
Yes, yeah. I always wondered like how hard is it to get a to remember like the plays, like the playbooks in the NFL. Like my son played high school football, and I would be surprised that even in high school, in a small town, so it's not like a big program, that
Yeah.
you could remember all those plays. And the NFL has got to be huge, like the audibles, like so much stuff. So like, is that like all your time off the field, like during the season, is just studying? Like, how do you obviously you're a smart guy, like you made it through, like I always tell people that to be in the NFL, obviously very educated, very smart. My memory isn't good, like I have to write notes for a podcast because I forget what I'm going to talk about. So like how hard is that to get all that down?
It definitely takes a while. I mean, like you said, there's so many plays as well as so many audibles and things that could be different each week because based on our game plan for that team. It could switch just like a little bit. So, I mean, yeah, that's definitely where most of my time went when I wasn't at the facility. I'd take like maybe an hour or two just to relax, just maybe take a nap or something, and then go into studying the plays as well as studying film. So I mean, yeah, when I was away from the facility a lot. It was a lot of time in the book.
Yeah, yeah, I can only imagine. I don't think there's more time I could spend that I would remember all that stuff. But so like, what is your favorite position? Because I talked about that earlier. Uh, like you played running back early on, but like in the NFL, you're tight end. Like which one do you prefer?
Um, I don't really know. Me
Yeah,
personally, I like to do all of them because I mean,
yeah,
it gives you the opportunity to be on the field more. So, I mean, whatever you can do. Obviously, being I was a high school or in high school, I was a receiver. I'd love to catch the ball, run routes. Be able to like when you're running the ball. I don't know. You're kind of have to start at 1 yard. When you catch the ball, you could be 60 yards down the field, so you're already all the way down there instead of having to have a like dodge 11 people and then be able to have a deep run, a long run. So I mean, I definitely love running routes because obviously it's a quicker way to score.
yeah.
It's
So
just
people watching live, if you want to ask a question, drop in the comments, and I'll try to get to a couple. But coming like to Wisconsin, like you live in Iowa, you said, right?
mhm.
So I don't know how much. I never left Wisconsin, so I don't know. But like what is like something from Wisconsin that like sticks out, like you're like, wow, that's crazy, or like something from Wisconsin that like have you done like the Wisconsin things, like go to Culver's and like have a butter burger and like all those things, or you just mostly stay in?
uh, Trust me, Wisconsin and Iowa are not that different at all.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was kind of think I was guessing, but I don't know because I'm not really good at geography either. So I'm like, I don't know. I know it's not that far, but
on the street. A lot of people here are Packers fans in from Wisconsin, so it's not that different at all.
all right. Yeah, because like Quick Trip's a big thing. Like they sponsor the show, so I gotta mention them. But it's like the Wisconsin has like, and I think that's outside of Wisconsin a little bit. So who knows how far they go. But like there's like main things like in Wisconsin, like Quick Trip, Menards, like uh Culver's. Like it's like Wisconsin culture.
Yeah, we got all those.
Oh, do you? All right, all right. So oh, wait, where did I got here? Let's see. We got some questions here. I'm running out of stuff. All right. So I want to ask you a few things like outside of football. Like I try to get like the fans to get to know like the player a little bit more. I'm not gonna ask like personal stuff, but like what's your like what's your favorite like movie? Like would do you watch Netflix? Is there like a TV show that you love, or what are you into?
Just got caught up on Snowfall, which is a show on Hulu.
All right, I'm not sure I've heard of that. I got Hulu, so I might have to check it out.
It's a great show. Like it's in its fourth season. There's 10 episodes per season. They're about 45, 50 minutes long. Trust me, you're
All
gonna
right.
binge real quick. That's what I did. It's a really good show.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen it or heard of it because I spend a lot of time on Hulu.
Yeah,
I watch a lot of MASH,
it's
but
really good. Season 4 just dropped last Thursday. So actually,
yeah,
there's an episode tonight since today's or tomorrow.
yeah. So yeah, I'll definitely check it out. So what's like I know like the athletes are like all like eat right and do all that stuff, but what's food? 'Cause, like for me, I always talk about everyone macaroni and cheese, especially from Quick Trip, is like my favorite thing in the world. That's why maybe I look like this. But what what's your favorite food?
Um, I don't know if I have a favorite food, but I love grilled food, like getting on the grill, ribs, burgers, like chicken breast, like anything you could put on the grill. I'll definitely eat.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. If you can grill it,
Yeah,
I'm gonna eat it. But
definitely.
yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, you're growing up. Who was your team? Like what was your team? And hopefully it's not a team that's gonna make. But yeah, growing up, you were a football fan,
Yeah, I was a Panthers fan.
Panthers fan. All
Yeah,
right, I don't know. Yeah, that's I don't know. But yeah.
I was, I was born in North Carolina, so
Oh, okay, that makes sense. See, my geography, I'm not very smart, so I was like, nope, that's not close. But yeah, that makes sense. Big Cam Newton fan growing up.
of course.
All right. So, w- about next season. I don't know how all that works. You coming back next season?
Yes, I
Like, how
will
does
be.
that work? I mean, obviously you are, but like, I don't know. I worded that wrong. No, but what do you got? Goals? Like for next year? Getting better. Working with this tight end group. I actually I think this tight end group is like phenomenal.
Mhm. Definitely, definitely just trying to hone in on obviously inline blocking as well as just being a tight end because obviously it's a brand new task for me. Everything that I do on a weekly basis is like they're always like, "Are you sure you can do it?" I'm like, if you give me the opportunity, I'm gonna try to do anything you tell me to do. So definitely just to hone in on those skills as well as just to get better mentally as a professional. You know, just the small things that no one really thinks about, just like the end of half situations and stuff like that. Just getting the football IQ better and just definitely becoming a better pro on that side of things.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of tight ends talk about too, like Mercedes Lewis, how he's just like a such a good leader, such a
Mhm.
good. I've been doing it like forever and a day, and so he's got to be someone that like I would just like try to sponge off of and learn as much as possible.
Oh yeah, I ask him questions on a daily basis. Like he was it's funny because the connection that we have, him and I, because when he was playing at Jacksonville, I think he might have been a rookie or something, but my first game I ever went to, my first NFL game I ever went and saw in person, he was playing at Jacksonville against the Raiders. And I
That's
remember
crazy.
my dad took us to that game and we were sitting in the skybox. And then I asked him, I'm like, were you playing in that game? And he was like, because I had a jersey and I got a jersey from it. Obviously, it was first game, so I wanted to get like a memorabilia type thing, and I got like a Ricky Williams jersey. He was like, "Yeah, I was on the team." So I'm like, "You were literally playing on the team that I went and saw my first game, and now we're kind of teammates." I'm like, that's weird."
Yeah, that is like wild. Like it's funny because like the new guys coming in and these guys, the older guys that's been playing, and there's not a lot of guys who've been playing. I mean, I don't know when he started, but like it feel like I was a kid then and I'm old. So like yeah, he's been one of those guys that have just been playing forever, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate your time, and dude, I'm rooting for you. I love your story. I love the never giving up and keep fighting. I think everybody like everywhere should listen to that because even like non-athletes, that's just what it is. And I'm glad. I'm glad to see you shine this year. And oh yeah, before you go, it's one the biggest thing I wanted to ask you. I forgot to that touchdown, that
Yeah.
touchdown. Like, what was like? Go through that touchdown because I've heard you talk about it a little bit, but like you just looked like you were like so much like the way you fell back. It was just like I don't know, like take me through that.
Uh, well, yeah. I I mean, I honestly didn't even think that I was going to get the ball at all. My route was kind of to just either be a hot route if they blitzed, as well as to get the eyes of the linebacker and safety over top of me to create a window for Tay, who was in the slot. So then they obviously went to him because you know he's in the red zone, like he's successful. So obviously they're going to go towards him. So I went and I just went to like the dead area. There was nobody over there, and then I look and the ball was coming. So that's why you see me fall because I focused so hard on catches. I was like focusing so hard on catching the ball that my feet kind of just went dead. And just in my head, I'm like, bro, if you drop this, I'm gonna be pissed. So like, you better not drop this. And obviously caught it, and I like looked to the side to make sure that I scored. And then obviously I see Lazard just running at me full speed, and then I kind of just let out a scream of just, you know, finally, you know, we we got here after everything that this year almost took from me. Like we finally got here.
Yeah, I think that that's awesome. Like that moment and all the players rushing you and stuff and everything that yeah like this year's been wild and I know you know fought like heck to get here and I I love it, man. I love it. I appreciate you taking the time to join me. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. Go Pack, go, and we'll be watching next year. And thanks for stopping by, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.